Do you need to be on social media in order to build a personal brand? No, no, you don't. Like I'm looking around because I think I know if my husband was around, he'd be like, "Don't say that." But in all seriousness, no, you don't have to be on anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be on any platform. You don't have to post consistently. So the answer is no, no, you don't have to be, unless that's where your audience is. Again, people start with the wrong question in mind. I say this phrase all the time. It's like, that's the wrong question. It's not, is social media a must to build my personal brand? It's, who is my audience and where are they? Now, if your audience, they, coagulate, right? If they all come together on a certain platform, that it makes sense for you to be on that platform if you care about accessing your audience. But if you have a demographic, a part of, or even a part of your audience that's like, that you're not going to find them on social media, then why are you on social media unless you just enjoy it or you like consuming content? Now, this particular conversation is about creating content for social media, not consuming content. So I'm going to start with this question. Who is your audience? And that is where you need to be spending the time. You see, people immediately jump to, oh, like TikTok's the new thing. I've got to be on TikTok, or Threads is the new thing. Oh, I have to get on Threads, or everyone's on Instagram, so I have to be on Instagram, or oh, I'm a professional, so I have to be on LinkedIn, or what, I'm going video, so I have to be on YouTube. And it's like, well, no, no, you don't. It totally depends on the question that you're not asking, which is, who is my audience? Right? Who is my core target audience? Who is my avatar? Who is my ideal client? And you have to know that first, because once you know that, then it's easy to go, are they on social media? And if so, which platform are they on? Because when it comes to creating content, you need to go where your audience is, the end. Unless you just want to test it out. But the whole point of building content on a certain platform is because that is where your clients are. That's where your audience is. So you need to be asking yourself, like, does my ideal client, are they male or female? What's their age range, right? They don't have to have a specific age, but like, are they in a certain age range? Do they have a certain socioeconomic status? Do they hold a certain title? Do they make a certain income? Are they in a certain industry? Are they in a certain geographical area? Those are all really important things to know demographically speaking. But just as important, we need to talk about your audience psychographically. Those things would be, what are they struggling with, right? What problem are they trying to solve? What sort of information are they seeking, right? What keeps them up at night? What do they enjoy doing? What are their hobbies? What are their goals? What are their dreams? What are their fears? Right? And those are the things that we have to tap into. And once you can tap into the demographics and the psychographics, just do a little bit of light research in addition to some general assumptions you can make that already exist. And you can go, okay, well, this is where my demographic is. This is where my, psychographic audience is. And that's where you go. You go where your audience is, not where you want to go, not where the market tells you to go, not what's trending. You go where your audience is, if you care to reach them, because that's what you have to do, is reach them. That's the point of being on social media for this particular aspect in content creation. Now, you can find those demographics and psychographics. That's you. That's the work you have to do. Those are the questions that you have to tap into, of going, who do I want to serve? Right? Who is that person? And even more importantly, of going, who am I most well equipped and naturally prepared to serve? And if you think about it that way, it's often who you used to be. One of the famous quotes by my amazing husband, Rory Vaden, is, you are always most well positioned to serve the person that you once were, because you know that person the most intimately on the planet, because you used to be them. So who are they? Now, once you have that, you can do some simple research to go, okay, based on these demographics and psychographics, Pinterest is where I should be, or LinkedIn, or this, or this. And the point is, go where your audience is. And your audience likely is not on every platform. So you don't need to be on every platform. You need to be where your audience is. And the more focused and the more niche you can be, the deeper you can reach that audience. Now, once you know that and you select a platform or two, I'm not saying it has to be one. I'm just saying just go where the audience is. You got to do that hard work first. Then, yeah, if they are on social media, it's important for you to be on social media. But by doing that deep work of going, who is my ideal client? Who do I want to serve? And what are those demographics and psychographics? You may discover like they're not really hanging out on social media. So neither should you. Reinvest that time and energy into other arenas. Now, I think it is massively important today that you have a digital presence. It is. That does not mean you have to have millions of followers online. It doesn't. I don't have millions of followers online, and I have a strong digital presence, right? I have a website, I have profiles set up in all the places, and I produce consistent content. But I do not have to have millions of followers to make millions of dollars and make a massive impact on the people I'm choosing to reach. And neither do you. Now, a digital presence just means like in this day and age, most likely, if I get referred to, I'm going to type up your name or your company name and I'm going to see what shows up. You better show up, but that doesn't mean you have to have millions of followers and be on all the platforms. I need to find your website. I need to know that you exist. I need to find some sort of credibility, information, some sort of background information. I need something that looks legit and that makes me feel comfortable that you are legit, right? Because people learn about you today before they ever meet you. And that is where social media can help, but it doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a simple one-page landing page, it's your company's website, it's whatever. My point is, you do need a digital presence, but that doesn't mean you have to build a social media empire to build your personal brand. There are many people who fit a certain profile that do spend zero time online, zero. Those people do still exist, believe it or not. And you need to know that. And if that's not where they are, then what a waste of your time, money, energy, and effort. And instead, you need to reinvest that time, money, energy, and effort into getting on an airplane, making phone calls, going to conferences, going to meetings, networking, getting referrals, whatever you got to do. But you can only do that once you know exactly who that person is and where you can find them. So, is social media a must to build your personal brand? Nope. No, it's not. You do need a digital presence. You do not need a social media empire. What you do need is you need to know who you're going after and where they are. So that's what you got to do from here. Who is that person and where do you find them?